Tonight, NIU football comes home trying to get their season back on track. Volleyball dominates their first 2 games of MAC play, and we have an exclusive interview with men's soccer star Richard Hall. This is Top Shelf Sports. Welcome all to the first broadcast of Top Shelf Sports this semester. Hello, I'm Alex Rodriguez.
And I'm Eddie Garcia. This isn't the start Husky football fans are used to, as we will recap the last 2 home games. Women's volleyball has begun conference play and is off to a great start. Let's get this show on the road.
Let's start with some Husky football, as they finally came home seeking their first win of the season against the San Diego State Aztecs. Early in the first quarter, the Aztecs halfback Donnell Pumphrey showed why he leads the nation in rushing yards with a 46-yard run for a touchdown. Later in the first quarter, the Aztecs put themselves on the board again with a 27-yard pass to Rashad Penny, leaping over Schwan Lurie for a touchdown. San Diego State wasted no time in the second quarter, scoring in the first minute with a 5-yard touchdown pass to Kale Waring, giving them a 21-0 lead. With about 4 minutes left in the second quarter and the Huskies down 28-0, the Huskies finally put up some points with a 12-yard run on a reverse play by Kenny Galladay. After Kenny Galladay's second touchdown of the day, the Huskies go on to score the 3rd consecutive touchdown when Ryan Graham connects with Shane Wyman on a 14-yard pass. The stadium started to get loud, hoping the Huskies could finish the comeback. After another Aztec touchdown by Pumphrey, Kenny Galladay shows off his incredible playmaking abilities with one-handed catch on a 3rd down to give the Huskies a chance to score later that drive. The comeback attempt was shut down after the Aztecs gave the ball to Pumphrey once again, and the speedy running back went for a 79-yard touchdown run. Pumphrey ended his game with over 200 total yards and 3 touchdowns. The Huskies tried to save themselves by throwing up a prayer late in the 4th quarter, but came up short. The Huskies lose their home opener 42-28.
A week later, the Huskies would try to regroup as they would face an interstate foe, the Western Illinois Leathernecks. Questionable play calls and early struggles led the Huskies to lose their 7th game dating back to last season and fall to 0-4 to start the season. Leathernecks started off strong, taking an early 14-0 lead by the end of the first quarter. Huskies finally put up points early in the second quarter with a touchdown pass from Graham to Shane Wyman. NIU wouldn't score again until the 4th quarter. After halftime, Leathernecks continued to dominate the offensive side with the help of their quarterback, Sean McGuire, who threw for over 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. WIU running back Steve McShane averaged about 4 yards per carry against the Huskies. At the end of the 3rd quarter, the Leathernecks led the Huskies 28-7, but the Huskies continued to fight, with big plays from Jordan Huff, who ran for 130 yards on 9 carries and 1 touchdown, and Kenny Galladay, who recorded over 100 yards receiving and 1 touchdown. With a little over 8 minutes left in the 4th quarter, WIU led in NIU 28-23, as Huskies would have more opportunities to score, but they never turned it over on downs for their final 2 possessions. With this victory, Western Illinois snapped a 15-game losing streak against FBS teams. NIU will travel to Muncie, Indiana to face Ball State this week in hopes to get their first win of the season.
All MAC honors, freakish talent, and big dreams make a star in the making, but his teammates recognize him as a leader of a pack. Let's go to our sports hub, where Alex Isom is there to give us a scoop on the star wideout.
Thanks, Alex. Even with the Huskies' poor start to the season, there has been one bright spot for the offense, and that is wide receiver Kenny Galladay, who's becoming a leader of the pack. I had time to catch up with the star wideout.
The Huskies are off to a disappointing start this season. The football team lost their first 3 games of the season. Despite the team's rough start, wide receiver Kenny Galladay is finding a way to stand out in the pack. Galladay says last season was a learning experience for him, but this season he is coming in with a better understanding of the offense.
Once you understand the offense a lot, everything come, natural. I'll be able to know where I need to be, what time I need to be, and me and the quarterback just be on the rhythm. on the same page, rather.
Last season, Galladay had 73 receptions for 1,129 receiving yards and 10 touchdowns. He was second-team Mid-American Conference selection. Galladay had one offer at a high school from North Dakota University. After 2 years at North Dakota, majority of the coaching staff was fired. Galladay says that's what led him to make the decision to transfer.
I just decided to, make my own highlight tape pretty much, and just weigh my options, And once again, I only had one offer, and that was NIU.
So far this season, Galladay has 19 receptions for 259 yards and 3 touchdowns. He has potential to be an NFL prospect.
You're going to create a little buzz, If you got to do what you got to do every Saturday, week in and week out, I can't control, who all look at me. I can just control if I'm doing my part come Saturday.
Kenny has truly been a leader of the pack, and we hope for more success from the team moving forward. The Huskies will look to win their first game of the season and bring home the Bronze Stalk Trophy against Ball State this Saturday. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Alex. We are looking forward to more great work from you in the future. Now to volleyball, where the Huskies faced Western Michigan last Thursday at Victory Court. The Broncos got an early lead in the first match, but NIU made it close at the end of the game. Lauren Zielinski and Meg Wallowitz tried to block the shot for the last point of the match and come up short. But in the second match, the Huskies come back with the net violation from the Broncos to win, evening it up at 1. The Huskies dominated the third match with this long bump from Anna Bregton to take the lead. And in the fourth match, the Huskies finish it off with the bump, set, and spike from Jenna Radke to finish off the Broncos 3-1.
NIU's women volleyball continued to show their dominance last week against Bowling Green, winning the match 3-1. NIU's defense thrived against the Falcons as they totaled 15 blocks. Huskies led the Falcons in 4 categories: kills, blocks, assists, and digs. NIU senior Lauren Zielinski led the Huskies with 13 kills, while Meg Willowitz recorded her first career double-double with 10 kills and 10 blocks. NIU's Chandler Kinley led the Huskies with 19 assists and 17 digs. Huskies now sit at 10-4, carrying a 5-game winning streak. This weekend they travel to play against Central Michigan and Eastern Michigan.
From the court to the field, women's soccer kicked off their MAC play.
Top Shelf Sports will be right back.
When we come back, we are live with Richard Hall from the men's soccer team, and he has a surprise in studio for us as well. And we look at how the women's soccer team fared this weekend. You're watching Top Shelf Sports.
Oh, you got it. Since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back for more Top Shelf Sports. Let's get the ball rolling with some highlights of the last couple matches for the NIU women's soccer team as they try to begin MAC play with a vengeance. The Huskies showed up hungry for a win as they hosted the Central Michigan Chippewas this past weekend. The game was played with fierce defense as NIU held Central Michigan with limited scoring opportunities. The Huskies got a spark on offense as they went on to score 3 consecutive goals in the first half. They continued their dominance in the second half as the fancy throw-in by junior Sammy O'Brien lands a perfect header for senior attacker Jess Woodridge for the 4th goal of the game. The Huskies went on to complete the shutout and defeated the Chippewas 4-0.
On Sunday, women's soccer looked to grab their 2nd straight win at home against the Eastern Michigan Eagles. The Huskies scored toward the end of the first half as Abby Gregg was assisted by Kelly Chope for her 2nd goal of the season. Marisol Galvin gives the Huskies a 2-goal lead into the second as she was assisted by Taylor Sarver. Late in the game, the Eagles tried to make a quick comeback, but the Huskies held on to 2-1 goals to win.
The NIU soccer team defeated the Milwaukee Panthers 2-1, bringing back the Luong Trophy to DeKalb.
We are excited to have Richard Hall with us, who actually scored the game-winning goal, and he also brought a friend. It's a nice trophy you got there, Richard.
Yes, it's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, she's a beaut, man.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you for being here. How does it feel to bring the Luong Trophy back to DeKalb?
It's brilliant, really. It hasn't been here for 6 years. It hasn't been here since I've been here as a freshman. So it's really good to kind of get it back into the DeKalb community and to have it back for NIU men's soccer.
All right.
Being a senior on a very young Husky team, what leadership have you brought to the table?
You know, it's just being a leader is just about kind of like giving your experiences to the younger guys, because they're going to go through pretty much the same thing that we're going to go through, what I've already been through. So to be honest, it was just about sharing my experiences that I've already been through, that the other seniors have already been through, giving them the advice that hopefully they can take into their experiences. And sometimes it doesn't always transfer fantastically, because you know, individuals in different situations are going to react differently.
Exactly.
But it's more about just, you know, giving them advice on how to deal with, you know, sometimes if something's not going well, like, you know, we haven't had the best start of the season, you know, what to do and how we can pick it up, and, you know, how we can take what I've learned in the last 3 years and try and put it into what we can do.
Put it on the field, man. Yeah,
exactly.
Definitely. So with this first win in Milwaukee, what advice does Coach Luzzi give you guys, even though with some early season struggles?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we've been playing really well. You know, regardless of the results, our performances have actually been really promising. So he's just been telling us, you know, just keep it going, just keep it going. We're getting there, you know, 95% of the time we're there, and we're so close to getting that goal. We're so close to getting that win. You know, in the first half of the season we've had so far, it's kind of, you know, just getting about over that line. You know, it's about putting the performances and the results together. He's just been telling us to keep going, keep plugging away, keep doing what we think is right. And you know, the results are going to come with the performances.
Yeah, keep moving forward.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely. With MAC play approaching, what do you think the team needs to improve on going forward?
I think attacking-wise, we need to obviously score a few more goals. That's been one of our, as a team, we've kind of noted it's one of our weaknesses. We've only scored, I think, now 4 goals for the season. Also, though, our defensive, we need to stop leaking goals. We've leaked way too many goals over the last 6-7 games or whatever it is. So it's about just putting, you know, our strengths of one day and our strengths another day, just putting them together. So making sure that we're scoring goals, but we're not obviously leaking too many goals. That's really what it's going to be like at MAC. So.
Well, thank you for being here again, Richard, and good luck with the rest of the season. All right.
Thank you very much.
All right. And the Huskies will try to keep momentum going as they will face off tonight against the Jaguars of Ooey Pooey. We'll be right back with more Top Shelf Sports. The Bears look to survive on Sunday Night Brawl with America's team, and the Northsiders look to keep some momentum as they go into the postseason. Welcome back to Top Shelf Sports, and thanks for staying with us.
Now let's shoot it to the Sports Lounge, where David Sivia chats about everything going on in the sports world. David, it's your time to shine.
Thanks, Eddie. First, we kick things off with a little NFL action. The Dallas Cowboys and Chicago Bears squared off on Sunday Night Football in America's Game of the Week. Early on, a scary moment for All-Pro wideout Dez Bryant after being brought to the ground holding his knee. Bryant was helped off the field but later returned. Here, Chicago safety Adrian Amos brings the boom with this hit on wide receiver Cole Beasley, sending him into next week. Beasley was taken out of the game for that series. Rookie QB Dak Prescott takes the 1-yard plunge into the red zone to take the early lead as Tony Romo looks on. Prescott then shows off an impressive pass to Beasley to take the Cowboys down to the Bears' 1-yard line. An impressive catch by Beasley, that is. Dallas in comes running back Lance Dunbar to clean up and get the score after taking it down to the 1-yard line. behind Dallas's stacked offensive line. Before halftime, Dallas gets it down into the Bears' red zone again, and this time it's Alfred Morris there to punch it in to make it a 24-3 lead, Cowboys lead before halftime. Dallas went on to win 31-17. The division rivals, Cubs and Pirates, kicked off a game two of their 4-game series at PNC Park last night. A Pittsburgh fan paid tribute to the late Marlins pitcher Jose Fernandez. Top of the second, bases are loaded for Chris Coughlin when he hit a bases-clearing triple to deep right center, bringing in 3 RBIs, giving the Cubs the early lead. It was a great hit to give them the lead when they really needed it. Now we go top of the fourth, 3-1 Cubs, man on second, and up comes Dexter Fowler, who crushes a deep shot off the wall, scoring Kawasaki for his 58th RBI of the season. Dexter Fowler's really been turning it up. With 2 outs in the 9th inning, Tommy Listello hits it to left fielder Gregory Polanco, who drops the ball. This allows Alberto Amora Jr. to score the Cubs' 5th run of the game. Now we go to the bottom of the 9th, where Justin Grimm comes in relief, but runs into a bit of trouble in the bottom of the 9th, loading the bases for Andrew McCutcheon. He singles to left center, scoring Freese and Frazier, cutting the lead to a 2-run deficit. Manager Joe Madden had enough of Justin Grimm and decides to bring in rookie right-hander Felix Pena to close down the game. Pena recorded his first career strikeout, giving the Cubs their 101st win of the season. From fighting for the World Series to fighting for the World Cup of Hockey, Team Canada faces off against Team Europe in the first game of the World Cup of Hockey Championships. Canada struck first with an early Brad Marchand goal, assisted by Patrice Bergeron and Sidney Crosby. Canada was able to capitalize on a European turnover. Ryan Getzlaf with the pass to Steven Stamkos, who put it in the net. Canada took a 2-0 lead, and Stamkos got his first goal of the tournament. Europe was finally able to get on the board when it was Ans Kopitar who passed it to Tomas Tatar. That's his 3rd goal of the tournament, and the Slovak fans in the audience went crazy. Canada was able to build the lead in the 3rd when Sidney Crosby set up Patrice Bergeron and he put it away. Not only did Bergeron put the puck away, but with that he put Europe away as well. Europe pulled goalie Jarosław Halak for the last-ditch effort but could not capitalize. Canada takes the 1-0 lead going into Game 2 in a best-of-3 series on Thursday in Canada. Now that's all, folks. Thank you for joining me in the Sports Hub. See you next time. Boys, let's take it back to the desk. You guys still awake?
You know, David, sometimes it's just really hard to stay awake when you talk. But all jokes aside, we at Top Shelf Sports have to give our condolences to 2 kings of their sport. Arnold Palmer, who is known as the King of Golf, died at the age of 87 on Sunday. And as well on Sunday, shocking news that Miami Marlins pitcher Jose Fernandez died from a boating accident. Both men were inspirations to their sport, and they will be dearly missed.
Definitely will. Top Shelf Sports is written and produced by students at Northern Illinois University and shot on campus at the Northern Television Center.
For other news, tune into our weekly newscast, NTC News, for more news around the NIU community.
Stay safe, stay fresh, and always go Huskies.
Until next time, this has been Top Shelf Sports, and have a good day, everyone.